Would we film a music video? Would we do it?
Lads, if you want to see a music video with myself and Kelly behind it, 90 to 100 subscribers on the ShiteTalk by the end of the year, and we will make it happen.
Aye, oh, let's go! Aye, oh, let's go! Aye, oh, let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the ShiteTalk podcast with myself and Mr. Aaron Kelly.
I love the enthusiasm, mate. That was incredible.
For how early it is, that is probably the most I've ever been.
Can we just talk about how, this podcast, we're starting to get a little bit consistency here. It's, a podcast last week or the week before, a few clips here and there as well. It's good.
Tell you something, lads. If there was ever a time you wanted to subscribe, now is the time. We're fully, we're just recording left, right, and center at this point.
I was gonna say, we should mention the old Spotify and all that, but there's a bit of a problem with that. I don't know if you've noticed. Have you tried to listen to any of the podcasts on Spotify recently?
So not recently, but I've listened to the 3 or the 4 we had up before we went into lockdown.
Yeah, so pretty much the way I was uploading them, there was this website that you upload them to, and then you put in your Spotify details, and it just uploads to Spotify. But for some reason, I don't know why, after like a month or two, they just delete the podcast off Spotify. I don't know what the issue is. So they're just not up on Spotify anymore. I don't know why.
That is brilliant.
I'm gonna have to try and sort out that problem, but yeah, it's a bit annoying.
They just don't want our podcast. We're just too good for Spotify. They just can't allow us up.
Yeah, we're actually too good. That's the problem. That's definitely the issue here. It's been a pretty mental week, hasn't it? You were talking about some of the stuff that's gone down involving Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump. Oh my, it's been fucking nutty, hasn't it?
Honestly, there hasn't been a week like this in a long time. Like you say, we had Trump telling people to inject disinfectant into themselves to cure coronavirus. A man known for his medical certificates and degrees. We had Kim Jong-un, allegedly dead. We don't know, but I'm going to guess he's dead. We also had an asteroid almost kill us. That's another great thing. What else happened this week? We had a UFO footage released. I mean, that barely made the news. I don't even think that made news.
It was trending on Twitter for a couple of hours, alright, but it was like, it wasn't as big. Like, everyone's just talking about Corona. Like, the fact that the Navy have pretty much guaranteed to us that aliens exist is making small news is just incredible. It's incredible.
It's so dumb when you think about it. Like, I mean, fair enough, like, the Corona is a big deal, and we're not trying to diminish that. But for something that everyone has asked for, I'd say, hundreds of years, to basically finally be confirmed, I mean, like...
Just as you were saying there about Kim Jong-un, actually, did you hear the conspiracy theories going around about that?
What, that he was murdered or something like that?
Basically, the whole thing was that it's got to be bollocks, right? But there's definitely evidence there to back it up. But basically, the theory was that Donald Trump, he came out with the whole injecting yourself with bleach thing, and the rumor is that Kim Jong-un got Corona and injected himself with bleach, and he died. And it was all part of Trump's master plan to get rid of him.
Oh my God. Please, if that is... nah, honestly, it has to be bollocks, but fuck me. Could you... oh my God. Trump is a tactical genius, ladies and gentlemen. All these years we've slated him. He managed to, if it's true, he's managed to kill one of possibly the most dangerous men in the world with bleach.
You couldn't write this shit. You really couldn't.
Seriously, like, I mean, what the honestly, what a week. What a week, man. Oh my goodness.
And you could argue as well that, like, he was trying to, soft him up here and there, the way he's like, they met a few months ago and shook hands and squashed the beef, so to say. and then he just comes out and just kills him like that. Like, it would be the most Trump thing to ever fucking happen in the history of the world. Like,
And to do it with bleach as well. Like, I mean, let's make something clear, right? The man, for want of a better word, is simple. But if he's managed to kill Kim Jong-un with bleach, I'm not going to support him, but I am going to say I'm going to be very impressed with him.
there's respect there.
You have to respect the grind here, lads. He's done it with bleach. Like, fucking, there's people who've probably tried to use missiles and guns. This man has just come in with a syringe and bleach and just done it. And just got it out the way. And he's finished him.
But like, on a serious level though, like, imagine you're the president of the United States and you're actually coming out telling people to inject themselves with disinfectant to cure a virus. Like, I get it, probably kills it. It probably kills the virus, but like, that will kill you. It'll kill you. It will.
Do you know what the mad thing is, mate? Do you know what the mad thing is? I fully believe that there are people out there who saw that and went, "Oh my god, we've been so bland this whole time. Get the bleach in the syringe. It's so simple."
There's definitely been people who have done that. 100%.
Facts.
Yeah, what else? Yeah, the whole aliens thing. What's your thought on that?
So I just before this podcast, I just watched it there. I mean, it's pretty clear. Like, I mean, there's no way. Like, even if you listen to the reactions, like, of them catching it, and like, there's just no way. I'm sorry, but there is literally no way that I can see it being. Well, honestly, probably it could be, but I'm fully believing that is concrete proof that they're. I don't know. Like, it raises a lot of questions now as well, because. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of. It's answered a question, but it's kind of given rise to a few other questions. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you were saying about it being pretty obvious. Like, I don't see why. Obviously, there's probably reasons why they would fake something like that, but like, what? Do you know what I mean? Like, why would they just fake something like that? And the fact that it's such a big thing, like, it's not like some fucking internet troll coming out and just releasing these videos to the world and them just getting, you know, likes and retweets, etc., etc. Like, this is an actual government organization, you know what I mean, that has come out and done this and released this. So I don't know. For me, it's pretty concrete evidence that I believe the aliens existed anyway. But yeah, Jesus Christ! Like, I don't see how you can fault the videos that went up the other day. I really can't.
Oh, definitely. I think, like, if you watch it as well, like, and like you say, you listen to the reactions, like, it's so, like, it just seems like very real. Do you know what I mean? Like, and even at the end when they proper zoom in and like you can see it's obviously some sort of cylinder shape, or it's not a conventional, you know, human aircraft. Do you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely, yeah. But it kind of begs that question as well. Like, for years, like, in any form of media, like in movies, TV shows, anything like that, the general consensus has been that aliens fly around in these bloody cylinder type shapes. Where else would that have come from? Do you know what I mean? Like, there has to have been something before that has, you know, thwarted that response or that, you know, image. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And I think, like you say, like, there's been so many, like, films, books, adaptations of things where they give in quite clear detail as well, you know, descriptions and all this kind of stuff. So, like you say, it definitely, you know, begs the question, and it makes you think, well, like, it's been there now for a while. Maybe this is, you know, how they've got the ideas and the inspirations, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not even just the UFOs either. It's like the general consensus of what aliens themselves look like. The big heads, you know, the green or the grey, whatever they tend to be. They nearly always look the same in all forms of media. So with that, toward another question, surely that has, you know, that idea has come from somewhere as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, obviously, like you say, we don't just decide, like, oh yeah, this thing is gonna be this. Like, it's every single piece of media, like you say, describes them vaguely the same. Do you know what I mean? Like they're all kind of similar. The colors are similar. The look is similar. You know, so it very, very, very interesting.
It is. It's very intriguing indeed. But the fact that wasn't even made news this week. Well, it was for a few hours, but then it kind of went back to Corona. So yeah. But just to say again, we're not making light of Corona at all. But yeah, we just thought that should have been kind of bigger news. Do you know what I mean? Let me see what else happened this week. Yeah, back into the football world. Obviously, Ligue 1, the French league, was cancelled this week. And at first, the league was going to be completely void with no champion, no one getting relegated, etc. But now PSG have been awarded the French title. So that brings us back to the Premier League. Are they going to do the same with the Premier League? And are they just going to give Liverpool the title and say, we'll start again from next season? What do you think?
Okay, so obviously it's different. I suppose every country's situation at the minute is different. Personally, I think that if the French league can do it, and if they actually have a structured plan laid out of what they're going to do with, like, you know, next season and how it's all going to work out, then I think if it's not safe to play the season, I think they should do, obviously, follow in the French footsteps. However, I really would like to see, and I know everywhere, like Sky Sports have been saying that the Premier League is very determined to try and finish out the season and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I saw as well that that players, or the Premier League was going to allow players to like go back to training with face masks and stuff like that, and they were going to perform a few tests and see, like, does it affect their like VO2 max and their basically their stamina, lads. So it's very interesting. Obviously, it's good to see, and it's a positive to see that there is a push for football to return in some level. But again, it all depends on, you know, I suppose, how the players feel about it, and then obviously how the government feels about it. Do you know what I mean?
But then you have like the Eredivisie. I don't know if we mentioned it in the last podcast. The Dutch league cancelled with no champions or something like that. Yeah. I think, and I think the teams that were currently in the relegation zone got relegated or something like that. Or maybe there was no relegation at all. But there's also the teams in the French league then that are definitely relegated, like Toulouse and whoever. But like they'll be feel obviously hard done by. But we're hearing this week as well, though, that there's definitely plans that for Premier League, La Liga, and Serie A to all return after lockdown. So I guess that's a positive in some sense.
Yeah, it is. Like just, I suppose, maybe not like even like if we take this out of maybe just the football concept, like it's a positive, I suppose, in general, to see that some form of normal life before lockdown is kind of slowly creeping back in. So obviously, in a sense, this could be like a long-term thing. It could be a short. We're still not sure, but in a sense, it will be a big positive, I think, if we can try and get some form of normality, like say just football or sports back. Just to say, like, right, we've gone from absolute lockdown and panic to kind of, okay, we're taking steps now to bring some elements of life back. If that makes sense. I could just be waffling here, boys, but that's my 2 cents on the general issue and how I feel the general public should take it.
As we always say, like, safety is like the number one priority, but it still brings up lots of issues for you if you just cancel the Premier League. Obviously, we mentioned it in the last pod about games in hand for teams who are in the relegation zone, and for teams like Sheffield United who could be getting into Champions League football next season. It just brings a lot of issues for the FA or whoever to deal with if they just cancel the league without any. And obviously there's the big obvious one of Liverpool being 25 points clear at the minute and potentially one game away from winning the Premier League. That's obviously a big issue as well. But as you say, it'd be nice to have a little bit of normality back in the summer and have a little bit of football. I think that's the main goal at the minute.
Yeah, definitely. And like you saying there, just with Sheffield, you know, like if you're Sheffield and you're being told we're gonna rob you of your Champions League spot, I mean, like there'll be uproars. Like I can't see, like I feel like there's a lot of teams currently that if it was cancelled would be in an uproar. Do you know what I mean? Like
They have a lot of legal cases on their board, I'd say, if that was to happen.
for sure, mate.
I got a couple of questions. I actually have 3 of them wrote down here that were just kind of follow-ons from the last podcast, and we'll do them first, and then we'll get into the actual questions for this podcast. So this first 3 are just kind of follows on as a result of the last podcast. So pretty much the first question here is, can Grivach actually sing?
Oh, I don't know how I feel about this, son.
One of your childhood dreams was to be in a band and be a singer. And it was only after we finished the pod, right, that I thought to myself a couple of months ago, you put out a tweet that said...
Oh, who's done that? Who's done that then? Fuck's sake!
I only remembered it after the podcast. So the people need to know, Mr. Grivach, can you sing?
Like, first up, can I just clear this out, right? That tweet, that was fully just to get likes. I just wanted to see how many likes I could get if I put up some absolute shitter post. I'll come clean, lads. That was for likes. Right, so I'll answer this honestly, and this is genuinely my opinion. I feel as if I can't sing, but, and I will say this, there are certain times and certain periods and certain songs in which I feel I maybe not hit the right notes, but it will sound, vaguely similar.
Okay.
So I'll say that, and I'll give one example. And I'm gonna say I'm not singing on the podcast, boys. I'm not doing that to myself. I'm not having that clip on the podcast. I'm sorry, that is just not happening. But I will say an example of a song which I mean is Fairy Tale of New York. I feel like most lads, after you've had a few drinks, you can just hit that decibel perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. That's actually so fucking true, But yeah, a few people just wanted to know. That's actually, I got a few follow-on questions on that. Will Grivach actually release a cover of any songs? But I think you've pretty much answered that. Or maybe, I mean, who knows?
Fuck.
Would we film a music video? Would we do it?
You know what? Let's if we were, I feel like we both know the style. It'd be like a Joe Weller type of video. Do you know what I mean?
I reckon that'd bang,
Lads, let's just... Okay, let's say this, right? This is not a definite confirmation, yes, it's happening. But just out of interest, just genuinely just out of interest, how many likes, Kelly, do you think? How many likes will we say? This is...
On the podcast.
On the podcast.
If we get anywhere from 25 to 30 likes on the podcast.
That's what I'm thinking.
However, I still think that's not enough, right? If we get ShiteTalk up to 90 to 100 subscribers before the end of lockdown, we will do that.
Kelly with the big plays. Oh, damn, 100. Jesus. All right. I'll say it now, right? That's a decent amount of time for me to, I suppose, get my shit together. Let's say that. Lads, if you want to see a music video with myself and Kelly behind it, 90 to 100 subscribers on the ShiteTalk by the end of the year, and we will make it happen. It may not be the best, it may not win any competitions, but by God, it'll be entertaining. So get the ShiteTalk to 90 to 100 subscribers, boys.
There we go. This bit here is gonna be clipped and put up on social media. It's gonna go out there. We gotta get the message out to the people. No, on a general level, I do think that would bang. I think it would be very fun.
Mate, definitely that. And the thing is, like, even if it's a song or if it's a rap, we both know it's gonna be like a skit at the end of the day. Like, it's not gonna be serious. It's just gonna be a bit of crack. So I genuinely think that if we did, we could make it probably very sick as well. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, in terms of
go out to the bog or something and shoot a few nice visuals and stuff. So if you're not subscribed to the ShiteTalk podcast, do it right now. Spread it around. Support the cause. Moving on. So the next follow-on question from the last podcast we had was about the dream I had.
Oh, interesting.
The one where I seen myself. Basically, a few people got in contact with me from college, and they said from what they know, seeing yourself in a dream is actually not as creepy as it sounds. Well, it was fucking very creepy for me, but the meaning of it actually isn't. Remember we said we were going to do a bit of research into like dreams and stuff? I was grand because somebody did it for me. Apparently, seeing yourself in a dream means coming to terms with yourself as a person.
All right.
I mean, it's a bit dead, that, isn't it? I was expecting it to be a lot more creepy and sinister.
Considering that we were saying that it's some demon possessed you in your sleep, or like you've taken the form of a demon and you're watching yourself, to no, lads, it's actually you've just come to terms with yourself, and it's a very peaceful, relaxing dream.
All I know is I woke up in a pool of sweat and I was fucking shitting myself afterwards. So, yeah, that's another thing that came out of the last podcast. And the last thing was basically we did a little bit of a section on conspiracy theories the last day. We talked about like the moon landing, and we talked about what else did we talk about? Corona, a few Corona conspiracies and that. People are actually asking for a full episode dedicated to conspiracy theories. So I'd be more than happy to do that.
Oh, yeah, I would as well. I think if you give me time to properly look in and collect some stuff, I think I'd be up for that as well.
I think that would be definitely an episode we could get, because there's so many conspiracy theories out there. I mean, in this podcast already we've talked about the Trump bleach conspiracy theories. So there's so many out there that you could like. I genuinely do think we could make a full episode out of that. I think that could be decent.
Oh, definitely. I like you say, like if we just have like time, like I know some we might not need as much research on, but like if we actually did research and, you know, looked into it a bit more, like I feel it'd be very interesting for a podcast, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. And you could definitely get a full hour and a bit out of that. Right, okay, so we'll get into the questions that we were sent in for today's episode. Then we have got a few left over from the last day that we didn't get to, and a few that you beautiful people sent in to us on Instagram. Which reminds me, actually, should we make an Instagram and Twitter for the podcast? I think that might be a decent plan, you know.
It probably would, because if you think about it, that way we're cutting out the middle of like people like who see our stuff but don't react to it, and then we obviously have people who see it and then want to, you know, get involved and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I think I might do that. I think by the time this podcast goes out, we'll probably have an Instagram and Twitter, so follow us on there. Anyway, these were on my Instagram story that I asked for questions. And the first question is, what is the most embarrassing moment that still cringes you out today?
Oh.
Embarrassing moment that still cringes you out to this very day.
Right. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Because I actually have one in mind here. It was back in 4th class, I believe. Pretty much we had this talent show for school because why the fuck not? And you know, back in the day, I really did think I was quite the class clown, as I, you know, really thought I was. Turns out I was the only one who thought that. But anyway, basically, I decided to enter the talent show doing a comedy skit, but it wasn't a comedy skit. It was more of like a stand-up kind of comedy. So do you know what I mean? Like, so pretty much I had this book of jokes, right? It wasn't
Oh, Crowley.
It wasn't even a normal book of jokes. It was like, do you remember Wallace? Do you remember Wallace and Gromit, mate? Do you remember Wallace and Gromit?
Oh, yes, of course.
Basically, it was around the time the movie came out of that, and I was mad into it, and I had a jokes book that was a Wallace and Gromit jokes book, because Wallace and Gromit, are well notorious for their stand-up comedy. Pretty much
OGs of comedy.
Pretty much there was I got an assistant to help me out with the performance. You know him well. There was one joke in particular I told, like, I was there telling jokes to beat the band. They got a few chuckles here and there. Then there was one joke in particular that it was so bad. Basically, the whole Wallace and Gromit movie was about like the were-rabbit, all that kind of shit. And the question, the joke was, what's the were-rabbit's favorite color? Right? Ready for this punchline? Purple. Yeah? I thought this was fucking brilliant. This was gonna be the one, yeah, that knocked the crowd dead, yeah? I thought everyone was gonna love it. I was gonna be the best, yeah? Nobody fucking laughed. I'm standing there at the top of the classroom, complete fucking silence. Even the teacher, who was laughing at every other one just to feel, just because she felt bad for me, just stood there and just kind of went, "That's a bit shit, mate. That's not good."
The joke that you thought was going to knock the crowd away, the punchline was an abbreviation of burp and purple. Like, that was going to wow them.
Mate, my humour back in the day was fucking shit. It's still not great, but it was fucking shit. Like, I don't know why I thought that was going to be so funny, but I just thought, right, okay, I've got a few chuckles here and there, but this is the one that will be the showstopper. You know what I mean? And it was the furthest thing from the showstopper, and it's the worst thing ever. But yeah.
Alright, so my one is not in front of a crowd, which maybe will make it less awkward, but the fact that it was this person made it very awkward. So, one day, and I couldn't tell you how old I was probably fairly young at this stage. I would say maybe 8, 9, or 10. But me and a few lads from the place, what am I saying? Me and a few boys from the village, right? We're down at a good mate's house, right? We've just had an absolute session on Pokemon, and we were absolutely battling it out in Soul Silver. And then we were like, do you know what? Change up the mood a bit. Let's play a bit of hide and seek or something like that. Let's go back a bit. So we're playing hide and seek, and I don't know why, but while I was hiding, I was like, shit, I've really got to go to the toilet and take a poo.
Oh no!
Alright, so I, in my infinite wisdom, went to the bathroom, alright, and I was panicking because obviously I've exposed myself from my spot and I've ran upstairs and I'm in the bathroom now. Now, the game had been going on for a while at this point, so I was aware that I was probably the last person or second last person. However, I forgot to lock the door. My friend's older sister, who was, I'd say, about 20 at the time, knocks on the bathroom, comes in looking for me, and opens the door and sees me there on the john with everything just in the middle of a shit.
Oh my god.
And just bear in mind, like, this isn't like a person, like, or like, I was at, this is probably the guy's like house I was at the most. So I always ran into this sister. So I had to live with the fact that this person had just seen me on the toilet taking a shit. And I just remember the scream that happened when the door was opened and it was revealed to be a little boy Grievach on the john. That is by far the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me. And to this day, I'm still like, why did I not lock the fucking door?
Do you know what it was though? When you said you needed to take a poo, I genuinely thought you were going to just take one on the spot. I thought that's where the story was going.
Oh, oh god. Oh my god.
What age do you reckon you were?
Oh mate, I must have been about 10, honestly.
So she's about 30 now, that girl. The sister.
Probably, yeah, like, this person has gone through college and probably has her life well together at this point.
Oh, imagine bringing that story back to her now. And haunting images of little boy Grievach taking a shit.
But it's mad because literally, like, the person is literally only a couple of houses down the road, and likelihood is I probably will run into this person again, and I'm gonna have to try and not be like, "Oh, do you remember the time where you opened the door and I was on the job and you were
Brilliant. So I hope that answers your question. That's brilliant. Let me see. The next one. Favorite things. I think we might have covered this in the last one. Favorite things to keep you busy during lockdown.
Yeah, I think we covered this one last time. I can answer again if you want.
Go on, you might as well.
So yeah, things that keep me busy during lockdown. I said it last day. I have a lot of college stuff to be doing. I'm in the middle of doing alternative final assessments, so I'm doing assignments. I'm doing some exams. Just doing stuff like that, just getting it done. But the main way I'm keeping busy at the minute is I'm trying my best to go outside and do some form of exercise, whether it's a run or if it's a cycle, or even if it, is just kicking a ball against the wall for about, 10-15 minutes. It's just something, because I can't sit in, like, if I had time, and like I said this before, when I'm done with my exams and I have time, I do want to get back to videos and stuff like that. So that'll keep me entertained in my room for a bit. But I just can't sit in my room for a whole day, man. I genuinely just don't like it. I need to be outside. I need to be doing something. I need to be active in some way. But yeah, college work and exercise, they're my two main ways.
Yeah, much the same, but I kind of still trying to make videos as much as I can. It's quite hard with the restrictions and that. But yeah, no, college work as well, nearly done now. It'll be done hopefully by the end of next week. I'll be finished, done and dusted. That exercise, obviously, as I said, I'm still doing sprint training and all that kind of crack. And yeah, just YouTube is massive. Like I said in a vlog that actually hasn't gone out yet, that I feel really grateful to have YouTube as a hobby. You know what I mean? Like it really does keep you busy, and it's so satisfying to see a video come together. Like, I genuinely, at times like these, I kind of feel sorry for people who don't do YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, it takes up a lot of your time, but it's really fun. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just grateful to be able to fucking do it, and the fact that I am doing it in such a tough time,
Yeah, it's like you say, it's a good way to keep yourself like busy, because, as I'm sure editing a video is not just simply putting a video into some editing and just having a few clicks. If you want an actual video to turn out decent, like there does have to be some kind of edit in there, like some kind of something else. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that takes time and it can be difficult. But like you say, it does take up a lot of time, and especially now when we're literally just trying to, I don't want to say just let days flow by, but we're trying to get days out the way so we can get back to when the lockdown is off and all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just that's probably the main thing and my favorite thing to do while I'm in lockdown. Obviously, there's not an awful lot else I can do. That and running, obviously, the main two things. But yeah, moving on. Let me see. We get a nice one here. Oh yes, basically, I was asked as well, would the two of us do an Animal Crossing series on the channels?
Right. Okay.
So everyone is playing Animal Crossing in 2020 during the lockdown. It's just the lockdown game. Danny bought it, and now I'm really jealous and I want to buy it.
I do. My sisters have Animal Crossing, and we obviously, there is a save on that and stuff like that. So in theory, we could. If it was wanted, and if I could actually figure out how to record it, then yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, if we could make it entertaining, then I mean, we could, if it was possible.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you kind of mentioned it there. Like the main problem with that at the minute for me is like having a way to record it. Like, I've no way to record Switch gameplay. So, I mean, maybe at some stage, but I definitely want to play it. Whether I play it on the channel or not, that's another question. But yeah, maybe. Oh, okay. Okay, I've just seen one. I've just seen a one. Basically, this question is, have you ever dated two people at once? Holy fuck.
Oh! Oh!
How do you even do that?
Oh!
It's a no on my end. I'm gonna say that straight up. It's a no on my end.
What was the question? Just say the question again.
Have you ever dated two people at once? So, being with two people simultaneously. And I'm not talking about a threesome, like, I'm talking like relationship.
Hands in the air. Negative.
Okay, that's good. I don't know.
I just wanted to keep everyone on the edge of their seats for a minute there. It was all groove match. Oh, he's had two birds at once. Oh, he's a legend. No, I haven't done that, and I stand by a humble, loyal record.
That's decent. You definitely left people on edge there with a bit of an awkward silence for a second there, but...
Because I was just trying to think, because I know in my younger years, I was a pleb, and I hands in the air, I know that. But, yeah, I'm fairly confident that I've never done anything that bad.
Like, how would you even do that? Like, as I said, we're not talking about a threesome here. We're talking about a full-on relationship with two people at the same time. Like,
I wouldn't be smart enough for that.
that's too much.
Like, oh yeah, like I would go and say like the girl's name. I was seeing a girl called Becky, and I was actually going out with someone, say like, I don't know, Janet. I would end up calling Becky Janet or something like that, and then it's like, oh well, who's this one you're talking about? And then I'll be completely fucked.
There's definitely people who've done that as well, though. That's the thing.
And the thing is, they can pull it off, and they genuinely can, like, they'll go from, like, they'll spend the night at one girl's house and be like, oh yeah, great seeing you, and then rock up to another girl's house and do it all again. It's disgusting, but fair play.
Fair play, yeah. Fair fucking play. Let me see. Oh, okay. I think we kind of mentioned this already, not in the last one, but earlier on in this podcast. What is the first thing you're going to do after lockdown finishes?
Oh. First thing I'm going to do is... Well, there's a couple of things I want to do. I think the second the lockdown is over, we're talking the exact second it's over, I will be seeing my woman. Alright? That's probably the first thing I'll do. And then the second day, I will 100% either be trying to play football, or I will be trying to meet Kelly for a football video. There'll be something done where I will be kicking a football. And that is what is...
It'll be instantaneous as well. It'll just be out the gap. For me, probably going to go out and get smashed, not going to lie. Because that we'll all need that. We'll all need that after this shit is fucking over, man. Like,
really do. We really do as well.
But yeah, same as yourself. Like, very, very soon after lockdown ends, I'm going out and filming a fucking football video with yourself. Because it's just something that... When was the last time we filmed a football video?
I checked the other day, and I think it was January, February. Actually, I'll just have I'll have a quick look now, but I'm fairly confident it was... We have done one this year together. Short intermission, lads.
Checking out the Aaron Kelly YouTube channel, which if you haven't already, go subscribe. You know, we make content weekly.
Okay, that's January. Okay, I actually, mate, I don't think I'm in a video this year, you know?
What, really?
Yeah, I actually do not think I'm in a video this year.
Wow. That's fucking mad.
I don't think that. That's Danny. That's big boy Danny. Ice Bucket Challenge. The last video I actually did with you, I believe, was the ShiteTalk podcast. And then the last football video I was in with you, oh Jesus, it was the November recreations, mate.
That was the last video before the end of the year last year, last football video.
Yeah.
We need to change that, right? Lads, let's just hope these restrictions are lifted good and quick, because we need to. We have to make up for some lost time here, like we.
Oh, mate, honestly, and there will be football video. There will be a consistent line of football videos once this lockdown is released as well. Let me tell you that.
Absolutely, I think one video we definitely need to do after lockdown finishes is the sequel to the Slip and Slide. That needs to happen. Okay, we said we were going to do it last year. We didn't get around to it, but this year it's got to happen.
Well, this has been talked about as well. There's planning gone into this, lads. We want to make this big. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And it will be. It will be. Without a doubt, I think that brings on to another question, which was any big videos planned after lockdown. That's a separate question altogether. And I think the Ghost and like the Exploring one is definitely one that is going to be done. And obviously Slip and Slide as well. But yeah, no, that's definitely intriguing. Have you got any big videos planned after lockdown yourself?
Oh, so okay, maybe not big, but I told you about a few videos that I want to do. Basically, I want to get back and do a few gaming videos. Now, these games won't be anything like... basically, I don't know. I can't really say too much to give them away, but I want to make them kind of enjoyable for everyone. Like, I don't want to do... It will not be FIFA. I'm saying that now. It's not FIFA. We are not doing FIFA on this channel ever again. But yeah, they're hopefully they'll give good reactions.
Okay. I get what you're going for.
And then, in terms of anything else... I was planning to do like a day in the life of the true Lillywhite, but I feel like that's definitely a video where I'd have to record and watch back to see if I would be... Basically, it would either be quite good or it would be an absolute stinker of a video.
Yeah, I got you, yeah. Hang on, wait 1 second. What do you want, Josh?
No, that's not correct.
No, I'm recording here. You fuck off! No, go away. Close the door behind you. See ya. Bye. Yeah, quick intermission there. Yeah, no, that sounds good, mate. I've got a little day in the life of vlog. I've filmed a few bits already for it. Hopefully going out soon. I mean, I need to film a few more bits for it because it's not enough in it for a video at the minute. But yeah, no, that's a decent little question there. In terms of other videos, there was one that was mentioned to me as well, and we've mentioned it before on the pod. There was one that was mentioned to me, and we've mentioned it before on the pod. It was a hide and seek video. That's definitely something I want to do after lockdown.
Definitely, and it would be a class video. Like, to be fair, it'd be fun to record, and I feel like it would be entertaining to watch as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Let me see. We have a few questions left. We'll see how many we have. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've got 4 questions left, so we'll answer them, and then we'll see if we've anything else to talk about. If not, we'll wrap it up for the day. Let me see. Now, this is a football question. There's a couple of football questions in here. One of them is one player I think I know the answer to this for you, mate. One player you wish never left your club.
Joe fucking Garner! Wanker! Oh, I'm so... If you lads know me, when Joe Garner left, it broke my heart. He was class at Preston, lads. If you haven't seen Joe Garner, I think it was Jermaine Beckford and Joe Garner. Like, they formed this weird, like, a combination that should never have worked, but worked incredibly well. This was back when Preston won the playoffs for the championship, and lads, it was the best year of my life in terms of football, because Man United were doing useless and I kind of lost interest in watching them, so I kind of shifted towards Preston. This is kind of the origin of Preston a bit. But yeah, no, Joe Garner, man. I'd say actually Joe Garner and Jermaine Beckford for Preston North End. Honestly, ruined me.
Yeah, I remember we being fucking devastated and everything. The breaking news: Joe Garner has signed for Rangers. It was like, oh god, it was like something out of a sad movie or something like that.
It just broke me, like. And then we had a period where we just had no strikers at all, and we were shit.
Let me see. For me, I think it's pretty obvious.
I feel like I know what yours is.
Yeah, Eden Hazard. Really wish he never left. Like, imagine Chelsea this season. Yeah, we've been decent enough. Imagine Chelsea with Eden Hazard in that team. I mean, it's filthy. It just is. Like imagine having Hazard in that team now. But apart from that as well, he was just such a charismatic, fucking funny guy to have around the fucking training ground. I can imagine any videos you see of Eden Hazard outside of like matches and stuff. He's always just laughing, taking the piss, having a fucking laugh and joke. And that's what it's about. And he's one of those players that just makes you fucking enjoy football just by watching him. I think Ronaldinho had that kind of effect on me as well. The fact that he always looks happy when he's playing and happy even when he's not playing, even like when he's going training, etc., or even doing media things. But I just miss Eden Hazard so fucking much. And it's kind of sad how bad it's gone from this season at Real Madrid.
He's had an absolute stinker.
For me, like, he is the one that I wish never fucking left. Absolutely. Let me see. Next question. All right. Excluding us two, Mr. Grievach, who is the best YouTuber right now?
Can we? I don't want to answer if we can't say ourselves, mate. That's just not. I hate myself for saying that. The best YouTuber right now. I mean, I don't, like, obviously he's not uploading because of this, but I have to say, man, David Dobrik is the king. Oh my, he is, isn't he? He just, the thing is, like, I only started watching him recently enough as well, like, kind of end of last year, kind of October time. And in that time, he's a legend, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
he just does the wildest shit, and it's like, how does he get away with half the shit that he puts into his vlogs? Like, you know what I mean? It's absolutely incredible. Yeah. His video that he put out actually last week, because obviously he hasn't been uploading, as you said, because of the lockdown restrictions. But he put out a video a couple of days ago, basically saying that, you know, he's not coming back until after the lockdown. But he did a video where he was literally firing out 10 grands and fucking everything to just random people on the street, and it's the pick me up we all needed, I think. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what it's crazy, man. Like, imagine living in even the same region as David Dobrik. Like, you are in with a chance of getting something incredible. Like, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. But can you imagine being in his friend group as well? Like, oh wow,
that sounds perfect. Like, it just sounds like non-stop crack, like, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. But apart from that, he'll just randomly whip out a fucking Lamborghini for you, or a Ferrari or some shit. Like, he'll just give it to you for no reason. Like, it's quality. It is quality. I will say though, one person who has started making videos quite similar, and I think you'll know who I'm talking about. He's started making videos that are quite similar to David Dobrik. Not as good, but still decent, is Logan Paul. And I've really enjoyed watching Logan ever since the backlash of the fight with JJ finished. Like, I've really actually genuinely, unironically enjoyed watching Logan Paul's content. Like, it's been absolutely quality.
But see, I think we said this before. Like, Logan isn't a bad person. It's just sometimes he can come across as a bit of a dick, and I feel like the fight kind of brought that side of him out, because obviously it had to. But I think when you take that away from him and strip all that back and you actually just look at Logan, I don't actually think he's a bad person. Like, I think he's actually a really good YouTuber and a really good entertainer.
He really is, yeah. Like, I think, yes, he's definitely taken big inspiration from David Dobrik with the content that he's making now. But I think he's making absolutely quality. Like, I would never have really watched Logan when he was like, oh, you know, pre-Suicide Forest and any of like that stuff, like the whole, oh, low gang for life, be a maverick and all that kind of bullshit. I could never be arsed with. But now it seems as though he's grown, and because of that, the content's grown, and I love it. I really do, genuinely.
Oh, it is. It's good to see as well. Like,
Logan over Jake any day. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
that is obvious.
Let me see. It's a would you rather question. It's about football. Second last question of the day.
Okay.
Would you rather football is gone forever, or you must support your rival team? Which you choosing? So in your case, you're a Manchester United fan. Okay, we'll say we'll say Manchester United. You're a Manchester United fan. Would you rather football just gets fucking abolished, never to come back, or you have to spend the rest of your days as a Manchester City or Liverpool supporter? Which are you going for?
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Really?
Yeah, man. Fuck that. I mean, like, football gone forever. Oh, I would honestly... If you told me that I had to burn my United jersey... Actually, okay, I'm not like that extreme. I'm not a plastic fan. I genuinely do support United. But if you said that on football being demolished and on that ground, I would... And the thing is, like, it's just, I can't live without football. I'm sorry. I genuinely love it too much to see it gone. I'd happily support the two of them, to be honest, if it meant football was sticking around.
Yeah, I mean, I find this question a little bit more difficult for me because Chelsea's rivals are Tottenham, right?
You hate Tottenham, mate, with a passion. There's no way.
I fucking hate Tottenham. Like, I wouldn't say you really hate Manchester City or you really hate Liverpool. You probably do. You probably have a disliking towards them, but I wouldn't call it hate. Do you know what I mean?
I can respect the football they're playing. Like I don't have a blood feud hatred against them. Like, you know.
Yeah, and on the different end of the spectrum, I genuinely fucking hate Tottenham. I never will like Tottenham. I will never respect Tottenham. They think they're a big club and they're fucking not.
Actually not.
I don't know, mate. I'm very much in the balance of just abolishing football in terms of fucking... I think football... Genuinely, I know I couldn't live... I don't think I could live without football for too long myself, but like... Oh, fuck. Surely it's got to be better without fucking Spurs. Like, supporting Spurs. Right, we got one last question, so we'll answer that and then we'll see if there's anything else we want to chat about. If you were to collab with any YouTuber in the world, who would it be?
Ah, mate. Right. I'm going to say... If I wanted to collab for... jeez. I would love to collab with David Dobrik, because obviously that would just be fucking jokes. But I feel like for the Irish sake, I'd like to collab with Jacksepticeye. You know, I feel like that experience would be very interesting. And the reason I say that is because I'd be very interested to hear his opinions or advice he would give for an Irish YouTuber as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd be very interested to see what he says. If I had the chance, I would love David Dobrik, but I feel like in my heart, like I would have to go with Jacksepticeye. I feel like he would be a genuine, very interesting person to record with.
Absolutely, yeah. But I think we both relate to him on a different level as well, because we both, and not a lot of people know this, but we actually live very close to where Jacksepticeye used to live. So, I mean, we kind of... I always found Jacksepticeye very relatable, and I still do, even though he's not, in Ireland anymore. But, yeah, he's definitely a good show. What would you do? Just some sort of gaming video or like a podcast or something? What would be the kind of video you'd like to collab with him with?
I feel like... Do you know what? I feel like I'd let him decide. if he ever actually said yes, I'd be like, right, mate, you can have whatever you want. We can do whatever you want. Just give me some, give me some knowledge. Tell me, just give me some inspiration or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I'd be very interested to hear what he says.
That's definitely a good shout. For me, Jacksepticeye would be a good one for any type of video, really. But I think for the type of content that I prefer making more than anything else, Chris MD, he just is. He just makes fucking brilliant videos. I don't think I've ever seen a bad Chris MD video. Do you know what I mean? His content is just so good. Like,
that's the thing. Like, and recently as well, he has got like class videos. Like, I think they're just so entertaining to watch. And one of my favorite football videos he did, it was actually recently, where I don't know why, but I love the testing all the footballs from like 2000s to present day. I don't know why, but just when you've got finishing like that with them kind of footballs, it brings back good memories. You know what I mean?
absolutely, yeah. But like, even for like coming up with video ideas, he's one of the best in the business, isn't he? Like I wouldn't watch FIFA usually, but like the video he did recently where he played like 20 different YouTubers, he played like KSI, Castro, Billy Wingrove, you know, for charity, all that kind of, like, that was a fucking brilliant idea for a video. And as you say, the football, like all the different Premier League footballs on the air, brilliant video again. Like, it's amazing how he just comes up with these original ideas and how well he's able to execute them. It's, for me, he would just be the dream collab. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you say, like it's one thing coming up with a good idea. It's another thing as well being able to execute it as good as the idea is and do it justice.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see. That's pretty much all the questions for today. If you want to send in a question for the next podcast, which we hope will be very, very soon. Next episode, mate, will be episode 10. So, you know, a bit of a milestone coming up.
10 episode anniversary.
Absolutely, yeah. So if you want to send in any more questions, queries, topics to discuss in the next podcast, there will be an Instagram made pretty much directly after we finish recording here. So go follow us on there and on Twitter as well. Anything else to add to that, mate?
No, other than that, stay safe, and if in doubt, cough it out.
But not at someone else.
Exactly. Cough it out, but in your elbow crest area. Cough in this region, against your mouth. Cough it out, but in that region. Right? Keep yourselves safe, boys and girls.
And also, as you said, stay the fuck at home. The sooner, you know, the more you stay at home and for the longer you do it, the sooner this lockdown will be over. I'm still seeing people going out and fucking meeting up and having the crack. That's not on, boys. It's a bit fucking selfish.
On, and let me tell you something, boys. If you lads and girls, if you're outside and you're walking in and you're not social distancing, I've got a Nerf machine gun under the bed, yeah? And you will be peppered with Nerf machine gun bullets. So if you don't think I'm going to pull up on your ends with that thing, I'm going to pull down the window and I'm going to absolutely lever your skulls with Nerf bullets. So don't think I won't do it. Keep yourselves indoors, keep yourselves safe, don't be a little selfish prick. I don't know what that accent was.
That's definitely going to convince people to abide by the social distancing rules. Also, before we go, do follow us on Spotify. It's in the description. I'm going to try and get that thing sorted and get all the previous podcasts back up. And 90 to 100 subscribers, and the music video's coming after lockdown. So apart from that, we hope you guys did enjoy episode 9 of the ShiteTalk podcast. If you did enjoy it, leave a like. As we said, 25 to 30 likes would suffice. And subscribe if you're new. And we'll catch you next time. Catch you there.